Welcome back to Project 613. We started learning yesterday about the concept of ownerless property and how ownerless property can be transferred into the belonging of an individual who lays claim to it. And this is where we revisited the Torah's mitzvah of transactions, where the Torah introduces the concept of kinyan, which basically means that when there are two parties, and usually it would be in the case of a sale, one person selling something to someone else, it's not enough merely to make a verbal agreement. It's not even enough to transfer funds from one to another, but rather a certain mode of acquisition has to take place in order to demonstrate and to show that ownership is being transferred. So when it comes to real property, this would involve either moving in or changing the lock on the door or building a fence on the property. When it comes to movable objects, this would involve picking them up or moving them slightly and so on. And so long as the kinyan does not take place, the object of the property is not considered to be in the domain of the one laying claim to it. Now, the Rambam gives us an example of movable objects that are considered ownerless property until someone comes along and takes them, and that would be the fish at sea. Who owns them? Who owns all of the fish in all of the rivers and lakes and oceans? Well, as far as the Torah is concerned, they are considered ownerless, and that's why anyone who wants can go fishing and catch as many fish as they would like, and they are considered the possession of the one who caught them. But here again, this is only if a kinyan was there, which means once the person actually went and caught the fish. Merely laying claim to a certain area of water, to a certain body of water, to a certain area at sea, and saying, I claim all the fish swimming in this area, that would not do the trick. Rather, the person has to go out, catch the fish, then it would be considered their own property. The Rambam does tell us that these laws only are applicable if the local governing authority doesn't have their own laws in place that regulate, say, for example, where a person is allowed to go fishing. Of course, if such regulations are in place, then Jewish law would maintain that one has to follow the laws of the local authority. But we are talking in a case where that is not the situation, and there's just an open body of water, and in such a situation, the fish are considered ownerless. Whoever wants can go and take them, but merely claiming ownership of them isn't enough. Rather, the person would have to actually do a kinyan. They would actually have to go and pick them up and catch them. Once they do so, it would be considered theirs. Up until that point, anyone who wants can come and try their luck as well. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.